What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Films coming at you with another cool video today. I'm going to give you my full review here on the LGT Emperor Xenopixel from SaberForge. That's one of their quick ship sabers that I was able to pick up before it went out of stock. The Xenopixel has a pixel blade, and it comes with 32 total sound fonts, which is absolutely incredible. And this hilt is also super gorgeous. So let's go ahead and get into all the features and everything that this has to offer. So first things first is that this feels like a premium product. Everything about it feels premium. It's like full metal, you know, the chrome finish and everything looks fantastic. The hilt is beautiful. It feels premium and it feels like metal, like every it's definitely metal and everything. So one thing that you'll notice is that there looks like there could potentially be a couple buttons here. However, only the green button is the actual activation switch. The red button actually is just for show, and it actually does not do anything. As for the features and everything, it gets a 10 out of 10 because everything on here works beautifully. Now, the presentation with this thing was absolutely awesome. It actually came with a transparent stand, and it actually came in this little box as well, which I was not expecting. This little cool box that you can store the hilt in and actually store it away. It actually has a combination lock as well, which is actually really handy. So anyways, getting into it, if you unplug it, the way to charge this thing up, it comes with a USB charger. All you have to do is unscrew the screws on the bottom here, pull the chassis out. The chassis just comes right out, everything. It's put together very well. I like the chassis, and you just plug it in there. I do wish there was some way you could maybe like, without taking the chassis out, but it is not that much of a pain. Anyways, right out of the box, it did not have much of a charge. It didn't last too long before I had to charge it, which was kind of expected. But let's go ahead. If you push and hold, it will turn the saber on.
Power on.
So power on, it'll let you know. And when you run out of battery, it lets you you know on that too. So there's a couple way of ignition. It does come with a nice little instruction manual as well on all the controls and stuff, which helped me out a lot because there is a little bit of a learning curve. Well, once you figure it out, it's actually not too bad. So you can push the activation switch. This is your standard way to turn it on. So I believe I'm on the Luke Skywalker font right now, but there's different ways you can change the colors. There's different blade effects. There's ignition effects, which is really cool. So as you can see, there is flash on clash, which it does flash in random spots because it is a pixel blade, so it can actually do that. If you push the activation button, it'll do blaster deflect, which is really cool. If you push and hold and then hit it, it will do a lockup right there, and you can see where it's lighting up right there. And then once you let off the button, it will do that. So, and then when you push and hold and do kind of like a stabbing motion, and then let off, it'll actually do the tip drag. And then once you push the button again, it ends the drag. So that's kind of like all the things you can do with that. I think there's like I don't know if this is like a force effect, but if you like push and hold the button and then do a quick twist pointing upward, I want to say that's some sort of force effect, but it has different sounds for that. And also to disengage, you can either push and hold the button for about 3 seconds and it'll retract, or you can just do a quick twist and it'll actually do that too. You can also ignite it that way too, just a quick twist, which is really cool. You don't even have to push a button, or you can do like a quick stabbing motion like that. It's kind of hard while I'm sitting down, but like that. So it'll also turn on that way as well. And another cool thing is that you can actually have music. It took me a while how to get the music going. It was a little bit difficult because in the manual it says to point upward and do a quick twist, but it would always just ignite instead. But I found if I put it in my left hand and did the quick twist while it's pointing up, I actually got the music to work. And I don't think all the fonts have them, so I don't think this one actually has any music. So let's see. And there's a couple different ways to do your fonts. You can push and hold until you hear the next font.
No prisoners.
So I believe this is Kylo Ren. Oh wait, no, this is Ben Solo. So you can see this has an unstable effect with the blue blade. Pretty cool. And then if we push a hold again, we can get to the next one.
Empress Palpatine.
So I believe this is the Emperor's, Palpatine's, which goes with this hilt. So you would think this one would be on here. And I'm not sure if there's any music with this one. There is, see? There it is. It's playing, I think, one of the themes from, but like you can just do a quick twist. Some of them have multiple sounds, so, or different multiple songs. But yeah, I was just, to do it for me, it took me a while. Just hold in the left hand, then do the quick twist, and it actually works. So, it took me a minute. Actually, just today, I actually just figured that out. So it took me a whole day to figure that out a little bit. But you can also cycle through your fonts if you point downward and do a quick twist. I still have an issue sometimes with that. So if we...
I failed you, Ben.
We got that one, so... And then I think this is a Ben Solo. I don't know the order very, very well. It does... My one gripe with this, it does take a while to cycle through all the fonts. So, it does take a while because you have to push and hold for 3 seconds. So here's Dooku.
By our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills.
So this is Dooku's font. It's a really nice font too. And you can just go through all of them. There's so many.
The high ground.
Oh, we got Obi-Wan from Episode 3. And this one actually plays Battle of the Heroes for the music, I think. There you go. I'm not going to play it too long because of copyright, but it's just fun because I'll tell you what, when you are messing around with this, you can actually get into it a lot. I just nerd out when I hear some of this music playing at the same time. So we can push and hold again. It's got a lot of fonts, lots of fonts. It's this one, and you can change the effects as well. So like, it's a very long intro. For instance, like if say I like this font, but I want to change the color. So to change the color, you actually have to, I'm gonna stand up for this, point it downward, hold the button, and this is how it's supposed to work. I still have issues, and then you're supposed to do a quick twist. And you can change the color. See, I changed the color. And then it will save whatever you do, too. Sometimes, again, I'm still kind of figuring this one out. There's like a pink blade. We can go to blue. Say I want to go to blue. Great. Now, you can also have volume. If you push it for half a second and let off, it will change your audio. So you can do mute, low sound, and then high. So if I do this, volume low, which turns the sound down a little bit. Then you can mute it, so it can be muted. I don't know why you'd ever want to mute it, but, you know, if you don't want to have sound, you come back to high. Now, if you push it for about a second and I think it's about a second, you can change, I think is it blade effects?
Rainbow blade.
Yeah, so you can change your blade effects. So this one's rainbow blade. Obviously, it will give you your rainbow. So it's got a handful of effects for this too.
Candy blade.
You got candy blade. Like, these are the ridiculous ones, but...
Unstable.
So here's unstable. I like the fire effect for Kylo Ren, but there's also, this one is also meant as unstable. It's kind of like a really big flickery effect. So it could kind of work for Kylo Ren as well. But I think I like the I think it's the next one.
Cracked blade.
No, this is cracked blade. Cracked blade is okay. I don't use it that often, but it kind of flashes different, like, white colors along, so it's kind of like flashing.
Fire blade.
Fire blade. This is one of my favorites because it's kind of has that fiery effect, which is really cool. So you got Fire Blade. Steady, which is absolutely just steady. There's nothing to it. Now, the next one is Pulse, which is my favorite for, like, normal blades.
Pulse.
So, Pulse, if you look really close, you can see it actually kind of pulsing. And that's, to me, one of my favorite ones, is just normal Pulse. That and Fire Blade. So, we got that. If you hold it for a little bit longer, for 3... They call it 3 flashes, but since this one doesn't flash, you have to kind of like time it.
Hunter Ignition.
So you can do different ignition styles. This is Hunter Ignition, which is really cool how you can do all these different ignitions. So that's Hunter.
Standard Blade.
Standard Blade. So this is your standard one. Which is boring, right?
Blaster Blade.
Blaster Blade. This one, I think, it doesn't ignite, but actually when you push the blaster, it shoots a ray of light up. So this one's kind of like an invisible blade, but like it does the effects. So I thought I messed something up when I would do this sometimes, but actually this is how this blade actually is. So. Which, I don't know if I'd use that one that often, but maybe you could find a use for it.
Ghostblade.
So now we have Ghostblade, which is a really weird one. Like, it kind of like goes in and out. Like, it just kind of flickers once in a while. So, I'm not sure what's up with this one, or what you would use this one for. But it is another effect. Oh, I held it too long. I went to the next sound font. See, that's another thing. The one thing about this hilt that kind of sucks is that I think you're supposed to hold it for, because like it will flash when you hold it, is that once you flash 3 times, that is your ignition style. But like, there's no light to go off of, so you kind of have to guess with this one. And that's what I'm guessing, like, since there's no light on this, it would kind of been nice if they made this little green button maybe illuminated. Just so you could actually see those flashes, so you can count it. So this one I have to estimate. I've been getting pretty good with the estimate, but you know.
Blaster Blade.
Trying to get through all the ignitions, but I keep going to the next sound font, which resets it to whatever's on that sound font. Like, whatever you set to the sound font on it, it will save it, so.
Broken Ignition.
So any changes I make to this sound font, it will save as that.
Stack Ignition.
Alright, so here's the stack ignition. Pretty cool one. It also has a cool exit too, so.
Photon Ignition.
Photon Ignition. So that's kind of more of a stacked, so that one's kind of cool. Alright.
Warp Ignition.
Warp Ignition. That one's kind of cool too. They're all pretty cool, so.
Phaser Ignition.
Phaser Ignition. So we got that one.
Scavenger Ignition.
Scavenger Ignition. This one's really cool. This is like Ray's Ignition. It's fairly normal, but it is different. I do like it though.
Hunter Ignition.
I think that brings us back. I think that's all of them.
Standard Blade.
Alright, we'll use standard for this one. Put that in there. But really, really cool. Again, so those are all your different effects, blade effects and everything that comes with it, pre-installed. They do give you also a micro USB. I had it sitting here. There it is. They give you this micro USB reader, so you can put it on your, and actually put on some more sound fonts, or edit your sound fonts. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, but it is off on there. So if you want to add any sound fonts, it looks like you can do that. The micro SD card is on the chassis. It's really easy to find. You just pop it out, and it's really easy to get to. So I do appreciate that. So let's go through a few more sound fonts.
He wants me to be Darth Revan again. Serve him as I did centuries ago.
And again, if you don't like the pre-installed effect, you can change whatever effects you want on it. And again, you can change the color and it will save it, so. I accidentally let it off. There's so many sound fonts. And that's one minor gripe that I do have. It is really hard to navigate through all the sound fonts quickly. The fastest way is, if you can master it, is probably the twist. If instead of holding the button for 3 seconds, you can actually do the twist and you can cycle through it pretty quick that way. But then again, you have to be careful not to ignite it, because if you ignite it, then, you know, you kind of mess up. And sometimes I find myself trying to do that, and then I just cannot get back. And it can be a pain in the butt too. But again, all the sound. Not. Come on, man. I didn't.
Volume high.
But when you're trying to do the button things, sometimes it can be a pain in the butt to get.
Every Jedi who ever lived lives in you.
And not every single one has the music option either.
Rey Skywalker.
So here's Rey. I think when she has Luke/Anakin's lightsaber, because it was blue. Because I only say that because the next one is
Final steps.
Rey's, because it has the yellow blade. So this is Rey's at the end of Rise of Skywalker, which is really cool. So it also has that ignition, the scavenger ignition.
Luke Skywalker.
So we also have Luke's. That's where we were. And the one thing I've noticed that it does seem to sometimes like go in random orders. So if you go from pushing the button and then going down to here, it's in a different order, it seems like. So if I try to select the next one this way, like doing the downward twist, again, it can be hard to do. There we go. See, now we're at Rey's again, which would have been going backwards technically. So
Rey Skywalker.
now we're back to Rey Skywalker. See, it looks like it goes backwards the other direction. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't figured that out completely. So, like, I've noticed if you're switching sound fonts and using the twist option to do the sound fonts, hold it with your left hand and do the quick twist like that. Otherwise, it can be really weird. Or otherwise, you'll sit there igniting it. But you can go through it a lot quicker.
This mission is everything. Not fail.
Oh, I accidentally ignited it. See, that's the only thing, is like the twist ignition kind of interferes with you trying to do this sometimes.
I'm Cal Kestis.
So we got Cal Kestis. I love the blues. The blues are so nice. Alright, we'll go to the next one.
Your destiny lies in
Darkness. I want to say this is another Kylo Ren font. I think they have a couple. Because they have this Darkness one, which also has, like, it definitely sounds like Kylo Ren, because when you de-ignite it, it could be a different one, but you hear the crackling, like the unstable crackle. So, and then we can do music on this one, I think. It does the I think it's one of the trailer musics for one of the movies. Don't want to keep it on too long. And then I think, does this one have two? Nope, this is just the one. Ah, here's Darth Maul's. because you can also play Duel of the Fates with it. This is like actually one of my favorites, because you get this, and I'm like, I actually really like Darth Maul's font. I like the everything it does. And then get the music playing. Let's see if we can get it. Doesn't work. Come on. Every time I think I get good at this, it proves me wrong. There we go. And then you can literally just nerd out to Duel of the Fates. But alright, but that's awesome. But anyways, you kind of get the idea now. There's 32 sound fonts total, and it takes a while to get through them. But once you figure out all the controls, you can actually get through them probably pretty quickly. I'm still kind of learning myself, but I've learned a lot of the controls for the most part, and it is absolutely stunning, and I have very few bad things to even say about this thing, except it has a little bit of a learning curve when you're trying to figure out how everything works. Like how to do all the effects, how to do that. But besides that, again, I wish it was a little easier to cycle through. Like, I wish you could do, like, hold it for 3 seconds and then cycle through your sound fonts by just pushing the button again and then selecting it again, instead of pushing it for 3 seconds every single time. If there is a way, I'm not entirely sure. So, but yeah, this has only been on their website for like a week or so, like just barely over a week, I think, maybe 2 weeks. And I got the last one before the Xenopixel went out of stock. I think the Echo RGB is actually in stock right now. So if you want this hilt, it won't be the Pixel Blade, so you won't get that cool effect where it goes in and out like that. But I'm absolutely blown away. Again, my last custom saber was by SaberForge as well, and it was a Hero Spark when they before the Pixel Blades were a thing, and this just absolutely blows it away, and it's not even close. I'm so much more impressed of what they have done with these, and I'm actually very excited to maybe get on to my next one. As for durability, I've only had this as this recording. This is only my second day with this. I just got it yesterday as of this recording. So I can't say too much. As for battery life, I don't know for sure. I'm still working. I charged it all last night, and I've been messing around with it quite a bit today, so it still hasn't gone dead on me. So I'd imagine the battery life's pretty solid for the most part. So, but I can't comment too much on that. But as for pure effects and everything that comes with it for the price, again, it was $380, not including shipping. So that was absolutely insane to me that this was $380 with everything that it comes with the Xenopixel blade, and then just 32 sound fonts. Absolutely incredible, ready to ship. And I got it in 6 days, guys. Like, I ordered it on Sunday, got it on Saturday. So that was pretty fast shipping, especially for a lightsaber like this. That's absolutely insane. So if you see those LGT sabers go in stock, there's actually a couple that are in stock right now. I think they got Yoda's. They got one called the Rebel, I think, and then I think there's one other currently right now. They have the Emperor as well, but not in the Xenopixel. So, but they also have like the Dark Saber Mace Windu's as well, replica as well. Those ones are sold out though, unfortunately. So, you can't get those. But definitely put your notifications on for when they do go back in stock. So, because these are quick ship sabers and they're ready to go. So, like, you'll be able to get them in your hands after purchase really, really quick. Again, mine got within only 6 days. Didn't even take a full week before I received it. So, but I think this thing is, I'd probably give it a 9.5 out of 10. If I'm rating it out of 10, I would say as of right now, I haven't had any issues yet. So, I'm going to say 9.5. Like, the presentation, they give you a stand, and I wasn't expecting any of that. It wasn't even in the description. The case, and they just give you everything. It's awesome. And, I got a lot more out of this than I thought I was going to, and that was pretty cool. So I had high expectations, and it has exceeded those expectations. And I can't tell you how many hours I've already been just messing around, just swinging this thing around in the living room, and I haven't hit anything, haven't dropped it, so that's good. But it feels pretty durable. So I feel like if you were to accidentally drop it, I feel like it wouldn't dent very easily. I'm not entirely sure on that. I'm not gonna test it, but. Anyways, that's gonna about do it for this review. I hope this was helpful for your buying, if you're nervous about buying an LGT Saber from SaberForge, but this has nothing but good things to say about it right now. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe for more amazing content like this. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video or live stream, whichever it may be, and have a great day and cool tomorrow. Thanks and goodbye.